Right. Hello, 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 hello. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you can hear me, just let me know. If you can hear me, just let me know. All right. If it's very clear, let me know. I'm excited today to be with you. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's share this live and let's let others know about what we're about to do here today. I strongly believe that this is going to be an interesting conversation, and please let others know so they can partake in what we are sharing here today. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Loud and clear. All right. Thank you so much. Let's share this and let's let others become part of what we are going to be discussing today. And like I said, I'm quite happy to be with you guys today. Welcome to Married Live Show. Before we begin, I'll just take a brief intro video and then we can start having this conversation. See you shortly. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is Coach Chinda. I'm a life relationship and performance coach, and I help young adults, mature singles, engaged persons, newlywed, married, divorced, separated, to discover and harness their relationship differences so they can navigate through all marital challenges in order to build strong, stable, and satisfying marriage. I want to encourage you that while you are here, if you have a note by your side, you have a pen, because we're going to talk about certain things today, which I strongly believe has the potential to demystify what it means to love a woman and what it means to respect a man. This is something that I have witnessed and I have known to be a challenge in a lot of marriage, in a lot of relationship today. And it's important we address this. Most people have asked me, how can you respect a man? How can you love a woman? So we're going to address that on a practical perspective. And if whatever we're sharing here, you feel uncomfortable, you feel like this is just too much for you, I think the best thing for you is to know that you are changing and something is affecting your call. And you probably need to improve and get better so that your relationship can take a different dimension. So you may have been married for a very long time, or you're newly married. Regardless of which stage you are in terms of years, just know that respect and love is an integral part that makes a relationship sweet or sour, make it successful or dead. You cannot throw any of these things aside and expect to have a great and amazing relationship. I also want to say that while you're watching this, please share this and invite someone else, because this can just change their mindset, change their perspective, and make them begin to think differently in order to approach their marriage and relationship from an authentic place of respect, an authentic place of love. And I would like to deal with the woman aspect first. I know that men also need to be loved, and also a woman needs to be respected. But we're just talking from a place of how much we need this in our marriage and relationship. And this is based on our own personal wiring, and it can differ by different factors and different individual states and preferences and upbringing and all that. But regardless of what is your own state, we just want to look at it this way. Yes, the man need love, the woman also need love. The woman need respect, the man also need respect. However, we just want to ensure that in what we are discussing today, we try to be gender based, and to see how does men view respect, and what is respect to a man, and also how does a woman view love, and what is love to a man, to a woman rather. And you know that the reason why I try to demarcate this is this. Even in the Bible, in Ephesians chapter 5, we're told that the instruction was for a man to love the wife, right? And also there we're told the woman to reverence, submit, and respect the husband. So we'll try to come from that higher power perspective. You might watch this now, or you watch this in the replay, and you might be wondering, what is that? Well, the key thing is this. I want you to just see the holy text, the scripture, as something that is critical and important, regardless of whether you believe in it or not. But the fact is this: the psychologist, okay, the therapist of all sorts, they have done their own research, and they have validated some of the things that, and everything that the scripture have said, or the holy book have said, or the holy text have said. So I would like you to have an open mind, regardless of your religious standing, to just see this as an opportunity for us to learn, for us to grow, and for us to be better in trying to make our relationship work and to make it even sweeter than before. Okay, I will start with love. Before I talk about what love is, or how to love a woman, or what love is all about, I will talk about what love is not. Because in as much as we always ask, oh, what is love? How do I love? And how do I do this and that from the parameter of love? I would like us to also look at what love is not. Because if you understand what love is not, and then when we start talking about what love is, then you will be able to look at the practices and the daily way you so-called offer love to your spouses, particularly to your wife. You'll be able to know, are you sure I'm actually loving or I'm not loving? Hence, we're going to just look into this unique topic today, and it's titled How to Love or Respect Your Spouse Intentionally. So I want to begin by saying what love is not. Now, if a man does this or vice versa, you are not loving your wife. You're not loving the woman. And one of them is this. Number one, love is not selfish. Selfishness is when you do anything that you will gain from. And when is everything centers around you, it's your opinion, it's your agenda, it's your way, it's your plan, it's your will. Everything must be about you. And everything the wife does must be about you. Everything the man does, it must be about you. Or whatever happens around your home, it has to be you that is gaining. That means that person is selfish. I know the Bible says that love seeketh not her own. So when you see yourself, you are constantly ensuring that everything that happens in the marriage relationship is all about you. You are not there to serve. You're there to take, you're there to receive. It doesn't matter how the other person feels, it doesn't matter what the other person says. You are there just to gain exclusively for yourself. That is not love. And also, love is not manipulative. If you want to get anything from your spouse, you want to achieve anything, and you use manipulation, coercion, forcefulness, or try to use different kind of language to take advantage to the extent that the other person is hurt, the other person feels pain because of what you're doing in order to get what you want, that's manipulation. And that is not love. So if you do that in your marriage, in your relationship, and your wife can see and feel that you are very manipulative as a man, you don't love her regardless of what you've done or regardless of what you're doing. Number three, love is not conditional. Love is not conditional. If you are going to do anything for your wife, you're going to do anything for her, but it is based on what she does or what she doesn't do, only that action would make you do something for your wife, then that is not love. When there is strict conditions that if she doesn't do this, you won't do this, you won't do that, and because of that you withhold affection, you withhold meeting her emotional need, you withhold talking to her, you deliberately punish and make her feel pain, cry, and just feel miserable because of your intentional conditional offer that you give. And then later you say you love her. No, you don't. That's not love. And then love is not controlling. Love is not controlling. If the love you offer to your wife, to your spouse, is based on you dictating everything that she does, to the extent that she even questions her sanity, you control where she goes, what she does, what she eats, where she stays. You alienate her from her friends, her families. You ensure she doesn't have friends so that they will not expose your controlling and possibly destructive narcissistic nature. And the woman is under cage. It's like she's under siege because of your manipulative state. That is not love. You are not loving. She doesn't have access to money. You literally make sure that everything about her life is rooted in your own decisions. Then that is not loving her. Love is not abusive. It doesn't matter what form the abuse takes. You abuse your wife physically, emotionally, financially, psychologically, mentally, sexually, whichever form you take in inflicting pain on your wife, that is not love. Because love is not abusive. So when you are abusing your wife for whatever reason, and then you later say, I love you, I care for you, I want you, you are pretty, you are lovely, you are this, you are that, that is fake. That's an evidence that you do not love that woman. So love is not abusive. And love is not neglectful. Love is not neglectful. You know that your spouse need this or that, but you deliberately chose, I will withhold this emotional need, I will withhold withhold this financial need. I will withhold this mental sanity she need. I will withhold her from rising, from blossoming, from exploring herself and making herself useful, pursuing dreams, goals, aspirations. You know that you are relevant in different aspects of the journey of your wife in becoming what God had destined her to be. And as a man, because you are afraid that possibly she's more creative than you, or you are afraid that she have this serious entrepreneurial spirit, or you are afraid that her level of intelligence can lead her to where you possibly might not be, or you are afraid that she started making more money than you and you cannot handle that, then you deliberately start withholding informations, guidance, directions, connections, relationships, partnerships, advices. You do all that deliberately to truncate, obstruct, or sabotage the progress of your wife. Now, that is not love. And finally, love is not passive. Love is not passive. Something isn't right in your marriage, in your relationship, but you know something isn't right. You know that she's not happy about this, but you decide deliberately to just do as if you nothing is there. If you even ask you of anything, you passively talk about it. You know that you're supposed to take an action to address a pestering issue, a challenge in your marriage, in your relationship. She has been talking to you about certain things, but you deliberately just become passive about it so that after some time she will forget about it. But yet she's not forgetting and she's keep bringing it up and she's telling you this thing is hurting me, this thing is affecting me. But you chose not to listen and you say you love her. How can you say you love her? You don't. This is very, very important. And I think I just want to give two more bonus to what love is not. Love is not disregard to boundaries, to her personal boundaries. Everybody needs some time to unwind. Everybody needs some time to just chill. Everybody needs some time to reflect, to think about certain things, to have clarity about certain things. But when you disregard boundaries, maybe the words you say and the things you do, and she has communicated that if you continue like this, and she's putting consequences if you break some boundaries, and you disregard it because you're a man. You disregard it because you believe nothing could happen. And as a result of that, you know that things are even deteriorating, but you just disregard because you're saying, who is she to tell me what to do? Who is she to set boundaries? I'm this, I'm that, I'm head of the home. And you use all these phrases that doesn't make sense just to bully the woman. And that would take me to the next. Love is not bullying. Love is not bullying. When you bully your spouse in submission, when you bully your spouse to act in a way that you know that they don't want to, when you bully your spouse that they begin to fear you to an extent that you are no longer even seen as a husband, you are seen as a terror. You're terrorizing. You are now a terrorist in the family, in the home. She married the husband, but now because of the way you bully her, Now you are a terrorist in the house. That's not love. Love does not create fear that will make your spouse cannot express themselves. They cannot be themselves. They're just scared and afraid of what you're going to do, because it's possible that you might just create physical harm as a result of your behavior and your attitude. That is not love. And it's important for you to understand that if you act in this way, then that is not love. So now we're going to find out what exactly is love. Now we know what love isn't. And if you are practicing any of these, which means there is no love. So now what is love? How do you actually show that you love your spouse? And how can you define love truly if you actually love your spouse? What is love? And while you're just pondering about what is love, if you think about all the things we've said about what love is not, then where do you place yourself? Now, if you look at First Corinthians chapter 13, there's a lot that been said about love. But I'm just going to group some of this into some specific things. Number one, to a woman, and this might vary dynamically. These are just principles. These are things that I believe that dynamically in your relationship with in your marriage, you can now begin to unveil what this thing means to her. Number one, love is honor. Love is honor. You know, the Bible said that man should dwell with the woman according to knowledge. Now, investing in knowledge, knowing who she is, what she likes, what she doesn't like, and asking her, how do I honor you? The way you honored your mom might not particularly be the exact way she wants to be honored. It's giving regard, seeing her as a co-partner in your life, seeking her opinion when you want to make some decisions, ensuring that she contributes to the life of the marriage. That's honoring your wife. And that's another way you could say respecting her as well. But I use honor just to deepen the impact that you don't treat your wife at home like any other person. She's completely different. And then you need to give her that regard. You don't talk down on her behind her back. You don't talk down on her behind your in-laws or your siblings. You don't humiliate and embarrass her. That's honor. But you need to talk to her. Ask your wife, what is honor to you? It's just a principle, but it's dynamic. How do I honor you? Because your definition of honor, maybe from your past relationships, could not be the same for this woman. Whether you are married, whether you're about to get married, or whether you have been married, let the man find out and let the woman communicate what honor is to her. And that will be documented to help the woman to receive honor from the husband. Love is open communication to the woman. Because communication to a woman is a lifeline to her emotional awareness and to her emotional tank. When a man is not able to open up, Are you not able to communicate and share, being vulnerable to the wife, but is always doing things in a secret, in silo? How do you think that is love? Because you are the only one that she can communicate intimately and passionately. You are seen as her friend, her lover, and then she should be comfortable and free to communicate and share things with you. And you cannot withhold communication from her because you feel like you want to punish her. Remember what I said, what love is not. So don't go there. So if you truly feel that your wife means a lot to you, you have to communicate, not being defensive, and you communicate with active listening. You try to understand things from her perspective, try to put yourself in her shoe, feel what she feels. So, empathic communication, trying to be her even when you are talking to her. So you can feel, you can understand, and you can continue to be in that environment, in that place where she is, not to be outside and then you're talking to her inside. That's not communication. So love is communicating openly to your wife, always, all the time. That's number two. Then number three, what love is to the woman. Love is faithfulness to the woman. Love is faithfulness to the woman. You see, the Bible says, let her breast satisfy you. Be satisfied with her fountain. Just know that she's enough for whether your sexual or whatever need. And faithfulness does not just mean bedroom faithfulness. You need to be faithful with your words. Let your yea be yea. Let your nay be nay. Which means stand by your word. You don't say things today and then you change it again and then you change it again. You are very chameleon like. You are not steady. You're not stable. That's not love to her. So faithfulness isn't just about keeping yourself and not getting involved in extramarital activities or affairs. That one is basic to a woman. It is basic. You don't need to struggle with that. You don't need to begin to think, should I not? No. It's number one, faithfulness for her. If she actually means a lot to you, if you really honor her, if you really think she's important in your life, then that is number one, basic faithfulness. Number two, under that is your words. Be a man of your word. When you say things, keep to it. And let's look at number four, under loving a woman. What love is: serve her. You know, if you think about the way God is and the way Christ was when he was here, we can't have two masters. So you show up to her to be a servant. You serve her. That's love. So you're a servant to your wife. That's the proper way. You're a servant to your wife. That's what love is. And you do that from a place of humility. You don't let ego stand on the way. You love her and you serve her. Right. Now, I'm just going to talk about the other aspect of love, which is the fifth one. Love is unconditional. You see, unconditional stand. towards your wife. You love her as Christ loved the church. Your condition for loving your wife is thrown out of the window. You love her with that condition. Oh, I think that is a little bit uncomfortable to hear. You love your wife with that condition. Can you imagine that? Because the way we are taught and the way love has been designed for us is that loving someone comes with condition. And if you don't get anything out of that person, sometimes you block the person, sometimes you delete the person, sometimes you just get rid of the person in your life. Sometimes it's necessary to preserve your energy and all that. But can you just imagine your wife in the house and something has happened? For whatever reason, you know very well that at this point in time in your life, that this is critical and this is important, that you will love your wife without putting any condition to it. Now think about the way Christ loved the church. And just look around your church. Look around the body of Christ and see what is going on today. And regardless of all this mess and breaking the heart of Christ on a daily basis, he still praised and loved them. He does not approve what they're doing, but it doesn't stop him from loving them. He still loves them a lot. He loves them regardless. So when you begin to say, I will love my wife when she does this or that, I will love my wife when she fulfills this condition or that, that is no longer love. You love without condition. Now, is it possible to do that? I can tell you, even the best of the best effort, you might still struggle to keep up. And this is why you need super intelligent designer God to work in your heart to be able to love a woman. And in loving a woman unconditionally, you must remove pride. Ego must be dropped, which means you need to die to yourself on a daily basis to be able to accommodate the weaknesses, the faults, the frailties that your wife could possibly do, but yet you still love her. So you can see that when we say loving, and if you're a man, you will know that loving is not something that you need to do with attaching condition to it. You love her even to sacrifice. Let's say, for instance, you have a business, you have work, you have something great you want to do, but she's not okay. She's not feeling all right. And there's no way you will leave her like that, because you might come back, she's no longer there, because no one took care of her. You can forgo your meeting. You can forgo traveling. You can cancel whatever for the sake of the woman. Because right now, it's difficult to love now. But you still go ahead and do it. That is love. Another time is your wife had done something. Maybe let's use the worst scenario. She's committed adultery. Which is one of the highest level of offense as well in the relationship. But even in her adultery, maybe you caught her right in the act. You found her right in the act. Are you going to kill her? What are you going to do? Do you know that at that point, loving that woman is not easy? But you are still required to love her even in the mess. Do you see how this thing doesn't sound natural? It doesn't sound politically correct, isn't it? I'm not saying that you are approving the affair. I'm not saying you are approving what has happened, but it's still love, even in her mess, in her mistakes, in her shortcomings, in whatever you think she's done wrong. You love unconditionally. That's the way Christ loved. So you can see that your excuse of loving your wife conditionally doesn't make sense. And to be able to love effectively like this, you might possibly have someone to encounter your life, something super bigger, greater than you. Because at that point, loving unconditionally is not practicable from a humanistic perspective. It takes Christ to touch your heart to be able to love at that point, because it's very difficult to love at that point. But you still need to love anyway. Are you able to take extra responsibility in the house, the finances, or whatever it takes? Are you able to do something that you normally will not do on a normal circumstances, but you do it knowing that you are the one losing, you are the one that's been affected, you are possibly the one that is suffering right now, but you chose to still do something and act in that way to make sure that you love this woman? That's love. So now you ask yourself, do I actually love this woman? That's what you should be asking. Do I actually love my wife? And if this is difficult for you, then you need to grow. You need to work on you. Spiritually, you need to grow. Physically, mentally, socially, psychologically, personally, every aspect of your life, you need to grow. And if you are practicing what love is not, that we have spoken about before, you need to grow. You need to work on you as a man. Because anything short of that isn't love. Right. So, and if you have any question around this, please put it and I will try to address it before we leave. I would like to look at what respect is to a man. I know that a lot has happened to women lately, and a lot is still happening right from time. There's been a lot of challenges, and a lot of times, men, we have not been entirely done well from a place of looking after the missus or looking after the females. Unfortunately, the statistics is very clear. You can use your mobile phone to check. It's not been entirely all right. And as a result of this, there could be a lot of movements that is pushing the agenda that men are not to be respected anymore because of A, B, C, D. Men does not deserve to be respected anymore, to be reverenced anymore because of A, B, C, D. But I want to be very clear here that respecting a man, respecting your husband, is not something you should debate about. Because if you want your marriage to be balanced, if you want things to work, and if you want to enjoy your marriage and relationship, you cannot trivialize the importance of respecting a man. It's absolutely critical that you do. And just like I've clearly talked about what love isn't for a woman and what love is for a woman, and why it is important that the husband communicate openly and sincerely with the wife to understand from her own perspective what exactly is love to her. And the definition she gives and what she names, what she itemizes, that this is love to me, That is what the man should focus on. You shouldn't do what you think is love. And you are not the one to start defining love for the woman. Let her define what love is to her. And then you just do accordingly to balance things up. Now we're going to talk about the man. What is respect to a man? And then we're going to look at what respect is not to a man. What respect is not to a man. This is very, very important. Ladies, I just want to highlight this, that respect to a man is not fear. When you respect a man, you hold the man in high regard. You hold the man in a substantial level in your heart and in your opinions, in your statements, in your words. But fear does the opposite. So the fact you're afraid of a man does not mean that that man is being respected. And fear is pretense. Fear is not authentic. Fear is not genuine. So respect to a man is not fear. And also, respect to a man is not just about performance. Unfortunately, as a man, and also speaking to men, and also from a man's perspective, and as a coach, respect to a man should not be based on performance. The moment a man is not performing according to your expectation, the moment the man is not performing according to what you believe to be the right behavior that a man should have, then disrespect comes in. Or you might even say sometimes, do you know that if not for A, B, and C, you will not even get this? You will not even know about this. When the man possibly maybe doesn't have a job, or he's not gotten to the pinnacle of super success as you have designed and created his life for him, he's not achieved that milestones, you don't respect him anymore. You don't regard him anymore. It's only when he does something remarkable, only when he does something that you like, only when he does something to fit into your checklist and check boxes, that's the only way you feel that the man is being respected. That's not respect. Only when he performs, that's when you respect him. That's not respect. Because life happens, there are times the man might not perform. There are times that things might just be out of his control. Situation and circumstances, regardless of how you are the perfect planner of your life, things might still be different with a man. And if you don't respect him at that time, in his lows, in his those difficult moments, and you use all kind of words, you intimidate, you speak to him harshly, you compare him with your father, your mother, your friends, your boss in the office, and you just use all sorts of words, oh, that's not respect. Because it's not performed to your level. And then respect is not when you invade his personal space without being welcomed. You know, there's something about men that sometimes we just want to be left alone. We just want to think about things. We just want to reflect. It's not like we don't love our wives. It's not that we don't care about the home and family. And it's not that we don't want to talk. Some men don't deliberately do things like this. But when they say, I need some time, I need some space, I just need to think. This thing is bothering me, but if you don't mind, I just want to reflect over the whole thing. I just want to do something about this in my head. Don't trivialize it. Don't begin to say, oh, you don't talk to me, you don't care, you don't do this, you don't do that. And then you yell, you nag, you shout, you scream, you complain. The more you do that, the man is going to run into the cave. And I can promise you, before he comes out, if at all he wants to come out. So some men in marriage and relationship, it's not that they don't want to talk. It's just that their personal space has been invaded. They have been misunderstood. And a lot of women that do not understand that sometimes men just need to chill. And it's important for you to know this. In the evening is when men have the lowest level of testosterone. Their energy booster. And if you don't understand that physiological change, if you don't understand that physiological change of a man and that state of a man, you might just think that he doesn't care. He's back from work, he's tired, he's frustrated, a lot is happening. Yes, I know you've welcomed him, but he just wants some time out. And now his testosterone level is so low, he just want to chill, cool, calm, recollect, and get back to business. But just because the man has not started talking like a parrot or start blabbing about a lot of things, you think that he doesn't talk, he doesn't care, he doesn't love you, he doesn't want to be in your space, but he's just telling you he just wants some time out. Now, I'm not saying that the man is going to be doing that like forever. He said, I have a timeout and I'm time out for 24 hours, for 1 year, for 6 months, and now forever the man is not talking. No, that one is not nice. I'm talking about there are times that your husband, he doesn't just want to talk to you. It's not that he doesn't love you. It's not that he doesn't care about you. He just don't want you in his space. He just want to be alone, not with the kids, not with anybody. He just want to be on himself. But if you misunderstand that, you say because of this, you start, you know, putting your face somehow. You start neglecting him. You start responding to his needs. You start saying all sorts and all that. Wow, that is not respecting the man. When you disregard his personal space, very, very important. And then respect is not blind obedience. When you choose to do what you feel is necessary for your husband, you do it. But when you know that this thing can really help him, you promise that you're going to do it, but you blindly didn't do it, and then you give excuses why you didn't do it. Or you chose that you're going to do this, and the man was expecting you to help and support in this or that, but you deliberately, tactically just say you forgot. You know you didn't forget anything. You know you remembered so well. But just because you want to get back at him, you want to make him feel bad or miserable, almost like attacking your husband, and then you pretend. You say, oh no, blindly disobey or blindly obey. Whichever one, that can really, really hurt the man. Because if you respect that relationship, then you will value when he communicates with you and when he's sharing something with you, which is very, very important. Respect is not gossiping your husbands to your in-laws every single time. Oh, he didn't cook, you call your mother. Oh, he didn't wash the plate, you call your mother. Oh, he didn't do this. Every time you are reporting him to his in-laws. Every time. Even the dogs in the village, chicken, everybody in your village, even the village people that are supposed not to know anything about your family, you have told them everything about your husband. That's not respect. Gossiping your husband, slandering your husband, and backbiting your husband is not respect. And also, not respect is not deliberate nagging. Why do you nag? You nag because of maybe A, B, and C. And you know that that A, B, and C, you need to do certain things to deal with the A, B, and C, right? But now you know that anytime you nag is a form of manipulation to your husband. So you nag and nag and nag and nag, and there is no reason. You know that there is no reason, but through nagging, you get what you want. Through nagging, you get your way. Through nagging, you subdue, you control, you put him down. Through nagging, the man is not able to speak up because you nag and shout and scream and violate him. And then the man is so incapacitated and powerless, and it's like a zombie in your house. Because now you are taking over the commander of the chief of the armed forces, and the man is just like a zombie there because of your shouting, your screaming, your nagging, and your way of getting things. Respect is not when you use sex as a weapon to get back at your husband. That's not respect. Do you know how many women lie that they are tired and they are not tired? Do you know how many women lie they have period and they don't have period? Do you know how many women that deliberately want to really hurt their husband because something happened and they said never, never again? For 2, 3, 4 weeks, they have headache, they have stomach pain, they have private part rearrangement or mechanical workshop intensive care, and they use all these things to punish their husband with sex. That's not respect. And then later you say, oh, I respect my husband. Oh, I care about my husband. But you just use what you have because you know he needs it. You know he's always begging and asking for it. But you just manipulatively use what you have to put him in a place of deliberate denial. That's not respect. So the question is, what is respect then to the man? How do you respect your husband? Number one, honor him. Do you know that honoring your husband is a very, very big deal to the man? An average man wants to be appreciated as well. Do you know how painful it is that a woman asks the man to go to the shop and there is 30 things on the list and the man bought 29 but he forgot one, and the moment he comes back and the man genuinely say, oh, I didn't buy one thing, right there the woman is not happy. The woman voice change, her face change, and then she start to rebuking the man, start correcting the man. This is how you always do. Why you she but there's 29 things. No appreciation. Yes, the man might not do much, but the little he's doing so that he can do more, to appreciate him for the little he's doing, and even for the more he's doing, no appreciation whatsoever. And sometimes you might even say, well, is it not what you're supposed to do? Why are you a man in this house? Even when you cannot even do a lot of things. This little thing now, you want somebody to thank you. What about me? And now you are literally afflicting your husband instead of you to just appreciate him. Yes, he could make dinner, but not as perfect as you. Fix things in the house, but not as perfect as you. Yes, he could try as much as he can to do things. But yeah, that's not something you need to appreciate. But rather, you attack what he hasn't done. You attack, it's not good. This is how men behave. I don't like this. I'm just trying my best. I might leave this family. All that and all that. That can really kill a man. That's not honor. You need to speak kindly to him, even when you disagree. You need to make an effort to understand your husband. You need to invest in knowing things about men. I know that it is good for men to do a lot of things for their wives. It's good to be the leader, but it doesn't mean that a woman also should not find a way to do something for the man. Do you know how many women condemns their husband's hobbies and interest? You don't like football, he likes football, and you just hate football. You even tell him, I hate football. Every time you watch football, I hate it. There is none of the husband hobby that she likes, but she wants the husband to like her own, to follow her, to do everything. But when it comes for, I don't like this kind of thing. I don't like this kind of thing. Why are you even doing this? She even want to control the husband on the hobbies and the activities that the man should be doing. No, no, that's not right. He's individual like you. He deserves also to be honored. And you also need to be interested in the things he does as well. Yes, not everything you might like, but please do not rub it on his face and make him feel miserable. Maybe he likes this thing from when he was 4 years old or when he was 12 years old. He's 42 now, he's 62, he's whatever, and you are still condemning that thing he likes. It's not harming you, it doesn't kill, it doesn't destroy the marriage, it doesn't do anything, but you just don't like this activity. Why? Why are you just being mean to him? Respect is when you submit to his leadership. I know there's a lot of challenge about this today. Politically incorrect is the right way to go, but politically correct, why should I submit to the leadership of my husband? Well, the holy texts have said it. The science might dispute it. The psychologists might dispute it. The orators might dispute it. The destructive feminists might dispute it. And the world might dispute it. And you might even dispute it. But can I be clear with you that submission to your husband's leadership is important to him? And it helps to run the home. It helps to run the marriage. And what do I mean by leadership? Seek his opinion on things. Try to find out about his own advice on certain things. Get him involved in things. Don't just do your own thing, probably because now you are earning more than him. You have a company, you are CEO, you are making all these thousands of pounds and dollars and euros and naira and millions. You have this, you have that, and the man can barely even make one thing work, and you just snub him, you throw him by the side, you think he's irrelevant. And now you have all your girlfriends, all your female empowerment women, and then you just think that your husband is irrelevant, is a trash because you have developed, you are not sensitive. Okay, fine, you are developed now, you are matured now, you are reading, you are studying, you are advancing, you are more intelligent, you are everything better than him, and then you just look at him as nobody, trash. You want to get rid of him. You even contemplate that your husband is not on your level of status now, and because of that you cannot accommodate this man that is not growing, and you're not even saying it from a place of care, of respect, of looking for a way to support him as well to get to the where you are going or join in the journey. You deliberately smear him, bash him, criticize him, and even laugh at him in front of your friends and families, and tell your sisters and your brothers that you married someone that is foolish and stupid. You married someone that does not even know how to do anything. You regret marrying this man. Really. And after saying that to your siblings, your brothers, your sisters, to your friends, your in-laws, to your this, your that, that is not respect. It's different when you are seeking for help from a professional. It's different when we are looking for a way to move forward in your marriage, in your relationship. But when you deliberately smear, sabotage, finish the husband, and make him look like he's nothing in his own house, you disrespect him in front of the children, You disrespect him in front of your in-laws. You speak so mean about him because you feel like, who am I to me submit to this thing? This thing. You don't even call him his name. You call your husband this thing. Why? Because you now you are CEO, like you make $50 billion a month. Like you are great and mighty now, and you're not insensitive to even find a way to support him. You just make your husband look like nothing before everyone. That's not respect. Regardless of what you think and what you are, you need to respect his decisions, even sometimes when you do not agree. You need to follow his leading and how he's trying to manage things and juggle things together to ensure that things work by also getting you involved. Sometimes when the man is trying to do something, yes, I know that the woman is super intelligent, the woman is emotionally powerful, the woman knows all things. She's like a mini goddess in the house. But for whatever reason, one or two times the man have said, "This is where we are going," and the woman is just so angry, so upset, really, really upset with the man, and she just punish him, say all sorts. That's not the way to go. That marriage is just about to crash. What is respect to a man? When you encourage him, offer words of encouragement to your husband. Do you know sometimes men, we deal with a lot, just like you guys deal with a lot. I mean, I respect women. Women deal with a lot. That's the truth. It's scientifically proven. We respect that. But also we deal with a lot as well. So if as a woman, maybe you are coming from a lot, okay? I want you also to know that a man too might be coming from a lot. All right? So try to encourage your husband. Try to support him so that things can be better and things can begin to move forward. And then the other one is try to respect his boundaries. Try to respect his boundaries. Like I said before, sometimes you just want to chill. Respect his boundaries. Give him space and time. Right? Pursue his hobbies. I always say to women, I know it's not all the time that you like every hobbies and interest of your husband, but once a while, just try to be part of what he's doing. There's men love that. I love that myself as a man. That I'm doing something, and my wife may not be interested in it, but I think just to show that she cares, she loves me, she respects me, and she wants to be part of my life, and she's interested in things that I do as well. I think it is not bad for once in a while for her to be just part of what I do, just like I do for her as well. So where she completely just said no, 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 that can hinder me. That can make me feel like I'm nobody. You feel like is there nothing that we can do together? Is there nothing like I do in this life that is good? You can start questioning yourself. Okay. And also respect his need for privacy as well. No, but I'm not saying he's cheating or something like that, but you just want to just take some time out. That's what I mean. Okay, be mindful of his schedules, his commitments. All right, respect certain things he's trying to achieve, trying to do for the family and home. And sometimes the man has tried a lot of things, he has failed, but you just choose that I will never serve him again. And that is the next one that I want to talk about. Serve him just like he's going to serve you. But I've realized that sometimes women, especially when their husband is trying all their best, or for whatever reason, maybe they're not even trying all their best, for whatever reason, the woman will just stop serving the man. She just don't want to be involved in his life anymore. And that can actually hurt a man a lot. When the man can see clearly that this woman just chose not to serve me anymore. Remember, I told you that your marriage works when two people are great servers. You need to serve each other. So when you are not serving your husband, whatever it is He can prepare meals for you. You can prepare meals for him. You can support him when he want to go out. You can help him with one or two things, even in his project. I mean, do whatever you can just to make him feel like you are there in his life and you're actually a helpmate. You're someone to support and to guide him. Sometimes we're so clouded with a lot of things and we forget things. You are there to just remind us, support us, guide us. It's very, very important. Because if you practice showing this kind of respect to the man on a daily basis, and the man reciprocates with love, as we have discussed, there is no way the marriage will remain the same. There will be huge impact. Things are going to change in the marriage dynamics, in your marriage, in your relationship. And that is why it's very, very important for you to serve each other. I want to summarize this two part by saying that it's important for you to look at compatibilities in your marriage, in your relationship. If you haven't done that before you go married, or even while you are married, look at things that are important to both of you, like your values, your beliefs. What are your goals, your dreams? Do you think this person is actually pulling weight in this area? Now, your dreams and your beliefs can be dynamic, but let there be that interest and support for each other. These alignments are necessary to build your marriage and build your relationship. Because if you do not, then it's going to impact your marriage and impact your relationship even further. So that is why when I'm talking about you doing everything to ensure that your relationship and your marriage, you maintain some common grounds and you have clearly defined what respect is and you have clearly defined what love is. You are not doing this blindly. I think you should be matured enough now to get to this point in your marriage and relationship where both of you can honestly say, this is respect to me, this is love to me, and this isn't. So if you're not in that stage in your marriage, in your relationship, 5 years, 10 years has gone the line, and there is still the same thing that's been causing problem from year one, and you've not been able to figure out a way to align from a place of common interest, from compatibility level. I'm not saying that both of you must be the same. No, you can't be the same. It is just not practicable. But the only way that can help you build a strong marriage and a strong home is by ensuring that those common areas are evaluated regularly. They are not taken for granted. Things like honesty, openness, vulnerability, beliefs, values, your goals, your aspirations, your timeout, your support system, everything you must ensure is not just verbally spoken about or things that you just put mentally. You can document these things, and that will help you to walk alongside your marriage plan. And that will really help your marriage to grow and to be strong. And I hope I've been able to address this how to love and respect your spouse intentionally. And if you have any question, please put it there while I try to just share with you what we are about to do and what can really empower and support your marriage and relationship to grow and to be better if you are ready to really take your relationship to a whole new level. I want to talk about how to rekindle love and how to rekindle your intimate life and your connection and romance that can last you a lifetime. So we have an intimacy masterclass that is happening the whole weekend of March. Okay. And this intimacy masterclass is going to be so real, raw, and uncensored, where it will empower your marriage and relationship and transform the dynamics of your marriage and home. And the only way you can make that happen is by participating in our forthcoming couple intimacy master class. which I believe has the potential to transform every marriage and make you to become best friends and can enjoy your marriage for a lifetime. And that is why I'm inviting you to participate in our intimacy masterclass because of the value it will offer. So if you go to this website, for those that are on this call today, you go to this website, we're doing some massive discount. I mean, the price is possibly something that you can use to just buy one meal, one outing meal. But the impact is going to have for you for the next 4 weeks of March, where we're going to deal with understanding the male and female anatomy, erogenous zones, sex position and orgasms, dealing with traumas that hold you back, dealing with offenses and unforgiveness and things that have not helped you to flourish. We're going to deal with erectile dysfunctions and all sexual problems and phobias to unleash you in a place whereby you can enjoy each other on a higher level and dimension. Go to this site, marriedlifemanagement.com/intimacy dash masterclass, and just book your ticket. And you can share this with anyone that you believe need to rekindle their love life, need to reignite and re-engineer and renew their love life. And regardless of where you are, this class will transform and change your mindset. And that is why you don't want to miss this married life management intimacy masterclass for the married. And I want to have a disclaimer here. For the ladies, please, it's important you check yourself because this class have the potential to create a lot of babies, to change the dynamics. So make sure that you are protected if you're married. And if you have menopause, please make sure you check it that it is confirmed because what you're going to learn in this class has the potential to change things around. And if you're not ready for what is to come, I will recommend that you just move on. I would recommend that you just move on, but it's going to be an awesome time where we meet together in that intimacy masterclass. So go and book now. It is a very tiny fee, but you're going to have an incredible 4 weeks with me and some experts to talk about some unique aspect of bedroom life, from boardroom to bedroom, but having a seasoning and incredible and amazing marriage and relationship. I also want to recommend that please you should try your best to share this broadcast, okay, with your friends and families. If you like what you have seen, like and subscribe to this YouTube channel, share this far and wide. You might just help a marriage and a relationship to get better and to transform their lives. And I'm hoping that if you do so, we are all going to work together and continue to support our marriages and relationships. You can also go to the website Married Life Management underscore and do whatever you can on our pages on Facebook. You can DM us. You can also send us a WhatsApp or an email via this details here. Send us a WhatsApp message to this number or email us. We can support you. If you want us to come and speak at your church, at your event, at your marriage conferences, you want to connect us to your church, to your pastors, to your Christian organizations, to non-Christian organizations, even to companies, it doesn't matter. We deal with corporate events as well. Just let us know, send us an email or WhatsApp us. We'll be able to communicate with you and see how to support you. I hope this evening has been very educative. Please share this video, and I'm hoping to see you guys another time. Remain blessed. Have a beautiful evening, and I will speak to you again. God bless you, and good night.